It's gonna be one of those days, isn't it? Huh. It's gonna be one of those days, guys. But that's okay. I'm ready for those types of days. I don't give a fuck. Boom.
I want to talk about how to be a hard man. Step one.
I'm sorry.
Hindu proverb. True nobility is in being superior to one's previous self, which is to say that you needn't measure yourself against anyone else. Just measure against the man you were yesterday. Asking, are you a greater man today? That's step one. I tell you, to me, there's nothing more satisfying than being hardcore. There's nothing more satisfying than going out every day like there's no tomorrow. Don't do things that are meaningless. And when you do something that has meaning, do it like it's the last time you get to do it, like there's no tomorrow. In fact, when I was in the gym, Kat asked me, he said, hey, is it leg day? I say, it's everything day. I'm doing everything today. And I'm doing everything tomorrow. It's everything day. I'm working my shoulders, my back, my arms, my legs.
Do you think he actually did anything, or do you think he just like poured some water on himself?
All the muscular exercises and the cardiovascular exercises. I'm going for a run. I'm jump roping. It's everything day today and tomorrow and the day after. Yeah, to me, that feels good. That feels real good. I mean, I love competing against the man.
Wait. Did little bro steal the 5-pound dumbbells from the gym?
And tomorrow and the day after. Yeah, to me, that feels good. That feels real good.
The 2-pound dumbbells? What is he doing? Wait, did he take these? Wait, what the fuck is this?
Good. I mean, I love competing against the man I was yesterday. And you know that you've really set a high standard by the way the people around you react to you and engage you. For example, I just did a video with Bridget. She was driving along while I was running uphill with these hand weights for a significant amount of time. And once we finished doing the
Why wouldn't he take them if there's no tomorrow? True.
Video recording, I got back in the car, which was parked, and then she said she wanted to grab.
I don't usually jog with dumbbells. I get a vest, and then I put a 45 in front, and I put a 55 in the back, and I run that way. I live my life that way, one plate at a time.
Have some food. I was like, all right, cool. Then she says, are you gonna run back home or? And then it dawned on me that it's not normal when I just finished going for a run with hand weights for her to turn and ask me, am I gonna run back home? And we're several miles away from my home. But she asked me that because she knows that I'm one who's often doing savage things like that. And to her, it wasn't a second thought to ask me if I was running back home because she thought I was probably thinking that. At the moment, I wasn't. But as soon as she said that, I said, yeah, that's what I'll have for dessert. Couple more miles with these weights. So I got out and started running. And it feels good to see the standard that I've set reflected in her. To see that she has that kind of respect to ask me if I'm a run home. When most people would assume you ain't got nothing left in the tank. She knows I don't get tired. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I say, go out there to die. Whatever you're doing, go out there to die. My last boxing match, I lost so much weight and I had to work out the night before, the morning of to make weight. And then before the fight, my trainers were warming me up. I didn't have anything left, but I didn't even say anything.
Wait, what did he just say? I'm sorry. I'm like half paying attention to this dumb shit.
My last boxing match, I lost so much weight and I had to work out the night before, the morning of to make weight. And
What is this? What? I don't even know what this means. I'm sorry. I'm fucking retarded. What does it mean to work out to make weight? Are you gaining weight in the gym now? Is he eating the plates? What?
And then before the fight, my trainers were warming me up. I didn't have anything left, but I didn't even say anything.
He's gaining weight through muscle. True. I need to put on 5 more pounds of muscle tonight. Ugh.
Hit the mitts anyway.
Well, losing weight. Maybe he needed to lose weight?
And then before and I had to work out my last boxing match. I lost so much weight and I had to work out the night before, the morning of to make weight.
I lost so much weight. Oh, I thought he meant I lost so much weight I wanted to gain some for the fight. Never mind. But he means he was trying to lose weight. Oh, never mind.
Fight,
wouldn't the goal just be to fucking dehydrate the fuck out of yourself? Do you actually work out before a fight? I feel like you would just try to starve or dehydrate yourself.
My trainers were warming me up. I didn't have anything left, but I didn't even say anything. I just hit the mitts anyways. Went into the ring exhausted.
And he still won.
And
he still won.
Halfway into round 2, I felt like lead.
You work out so that you dehydrate, you have to work up a sweat to lose it? Sure, maybe. I don't know.
And then I said to myself, Mark,
I feel like you just go sit in a fucking sauna and just die for an hour, but...
You gotta die. You gotta die in here. It's homicide or suicide. If you ain't got it in you to commit homicide anymore, you don't have the strength, power, speed, energy to commit homicide, well, then you gotta commit suicide. You gotta do everything you can do, throw as many punches as you can until you die of exhaustion. No tomorrow. Homicide or suicide. Do it to the fullest. If I fall out dead doing it, at least let them say, damn, he went hard. Yeah, that's how you become a hard man, by going hard. Like there's no tomorrow. You think you've reached your limit.
That's preferred, but you can also work out to build a sweat, obviously. I feel like working out really hard the day before a fight would be the worst idea in the world. I feel like that would just be the worst. It feels like you're wasting 40% of your training by doing that. But I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
Limits, you're nowhere even near your limits. Most people in our society are not getting injured from exceeding their limits. They're getting injured from doing repetitive activities. They're getting carpal tunnel, not doing new exciting things. They're getting injured from not doing activities, from being a couch potato. Because you gotta take inspiration anywhere you can get it in this weak, soft society. I love when, it's Saturday night tonight. I'm running uphill at high elevation. I love to see some of these suckers driving by in their luxury cars with their cute little dog, grown men. And I look at them yeah, you're a clown. And I'm feeding off of your weakness. And I love looking at them and their girlfriend in their car. And both of them are looking at me. The guy wants to be a real man, so he's taking a good look so he can remember what it looks like, because it's so rare now. One of the things I love about boxing, especially those old veterans who have been in the fight game for so long, is that they have no mercy. They don't care anything about your feelings. First round, I got my contact punched out. I was telling this chick the story. She said, why didn't you ask your trainer to put the contact back in when you got back to the corner? I said, you gotta imagine, these are people who repair cuts on your face, who shove enormous Q-tips up your nose to pull out the blood and snot so that you can breathe. If I tell them, oh, my contact is out, can you take the other one out? I don't give a... These are men who reach into your mouth and pull out your mouthpiece and have no regard for germs or COVID-19. These are men who deal in blood and sweat as a core part of their work. These are men without mercy. These are men who, when you come back to the corner, they're coaching you on how to tear down and destroy and decimate another human being. These are men who are telling you to hit them in the ribs so you can break the ribs. These are men who are telling you to punch them in the kidney to disable them. They don't have any
Peace to the
mercy.
saints.
Yeah. Those are beautiful men to be around. Those are men of war. You need to increase your investment into the war men. I encourage you to do the same thing. We're gonna end this the right way.
I like how these
But we
last like
always
4
do.
minutes are just labeled inspiration. Jesus Christ. I now understand why this guy was obsessed with you being gay. Look at his sparring footage. Bro, I don't know shit about, like, I'm not gonna be able to tell you if this is good or bad. I have no fucking idea. Ukrainian kickboxer and Marquette spontaneously end up sparring in Las Vegas when the fight gyms in Las Vegas were closed. Spontaneously end up sparring. They just happen to have all the gear with them? Is that... I don't know what I'm watching right now. This is war. The gear is auto-equipped when you attack an enemy.
I'm good.
Damn, look at how hard he is. He doesn't have headgear on. That's how hard he is. Do you think this is around like 7 or 8 or?
Marquette, you're breathing.
I'm sorry. What did you say? It sounded like you said, I caught your breathing. I don't know, I'm sorry. Everything about this guy is just fucking, it's just fucking hilarious to me. I'm so sorry. Are they sparring for 39 minutes? Bro, you don't spar for at least 30 minutes every single time you fight? That's because you don't know what it's like to homicide or suicide, my friend.
Use your legs. Use your legs to get there.
Oh, he's coaching him. Oh, he's helping the pro kickboxer.
Legs. Use your legs to get there. You good on air? You want to take a break or you good? Okay. Use your legs to get there.
There are these kids in the background who are like,
See? Your legs. Legs. Get there.
I just want to play.
There you go. Very good. Perfect. Good. Perfect.
No way the other guy's a pro? He's pro and Ukrainian, dude. Guy's dangerous. Guy's a killer. We get it? I'm watching Creed 3 over here, okay?
Why did we go back to this dumb fuck?
I don't know, somebody linked me. Marquette is just built different. True inspiration for the assassin. I don't know what that means. Oh, Saint and Sinner Network, probably. Annie Boxer. Wait, is this our friend? Wait, no. It's just a similarish name, right? The Suleiman guy or whatever? It's a different one? Okay, never mind. Any boxer can look at the Saint and see he's official. I'm very impressed. The man is a beast. He has Floyd Mayweather type of style too. Wow. BBC. Hold on, I'm sorry. Just in case you guys don't know who this guy is, okay?
Oh, it doesn't really do me.
Fuck, find me the...
We're live.
Peace to the Saints.
Dude, this guy is a scam artist. He is. I'm sorry. He is a scammer. He is 100% a fucking scammer.
I like that little extra effort that you'll see, which is typical of a spa. And this is actually a spa suite. So the nice thing is you have your private quarters over there, and you can, and it's always good when you have doors. It's like you feel like you're revealing.
Find me this video. Find me the BBC video. The fake BBC video.
What's going on?
Watch Saint fucking Tips.
Hold on. Then you get in there, and you start getting in that thing.
Moral of the story, kids. Why even try?
But, you know, side
This
note-
dude can scam himself to be seen as a legit kickboxer. You can too.
Wait, fuck, I need to find this. Saint and Sinner, fake BBC. I need to find this, guys.
Welcome of the original title through Google. They still have the original title when I put that in, and I screenshotted that so
Did he take it off YouTube? No, fuck. It's gone. Why are you linking me this random shit while I'm looking for something else?
Notice.
Yeah, you get a ban, okay? Here's a video of you watching it. Who is the Saint and the Sinner? I thought about putting together a whole dossier on this, but I'm too lazy and I don't care that much about this guy. Just enough to watch the videos. Okay, it's on Facebook. Thank God.
Marquette.
So initially he had titled this BBC because he was lying about it. Fuck, this is so fucking funny. It's so funny to know that he wrote all of this, okay?
As we leave Jomo Kenyatta Airport, Marquette's mobile rings. The chief of police is phoning to welcome Mr. Burton to Nairobi, sharing that an armed guard will be waiting in the morning to escort Marquette wherever he wishes to go. It's a mystery as to how such a young man has so many extraordinary connections around the planet. Marquette Devon is the real-life James Bond. Of all the leaders I've documented, I've never witnessed an armed guard so taken with the person they are charged with protecting. Marquette is a man you share your secrets with and laugh with, even if you have an AK-47 strapped over your shoulder. It's just that Marquette Devon Burton is enchanting and bold and kind. A Kenyan public school teacher reached out asking if he would be willing to surprise her students on their field trip to Nairobi. Despite other plans, with a smile, he agreed. The Kenyans literally rolled out the red carpet for Mr. Burton's arrival. He is an enigmatic figure, a businessman and a boxer, an author, a stoic, and a poet, and above all, a philosopher, a leader in reforming global human culture. He's written a 3-sentence Bible. Be yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to good people. And here he is living that. Marquette's assistant allocated 30 minutes in his schedule for this meet and greet, but Marquette stayed to take a photo with every kid who wanted one and to listen to each boy rap and give every child the attentiveness that he teaches parents to give their children. He is Mr. Rogers of the modern era.
He forgot to include autistic to that list of adjectives.
There are many who say there is much that is wrong in the world today, but there is only one who is doing something to make change around the world, to ensure that boys grow into strong men and leaders, and that girls grow into ladies, great mothers, excellent wives, and productive citizens. Marquette Devon Burton.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for hosting me. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
This is the guy who when we did our last stream with him, like 2 conversations ago.
As we leave,
He said his friend was dying, but trying to sell like watches from the hospital. And apparently his friend died. So I guess they can't fulfill the orders. He's like a classic scammer. He is like a classic scammer. Oh, necklaces, chains? I don't know. Holy shit. Jesus Christ. Some good ass fucking memes. Hold on, let me grab a... I need a Red Bull.
You've said repeatedly that there is no threat, that this is a platform for entertainment and for fun. You can't answer that question. Mr. Show, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind.
This is... this is fucking photoshopped. Wait, is this real? No shot.
For a short video, if you don't mind.
Okay guys, pretty good job with the Nintendo Mario costume that you did here. I just have a few small critiques. First of all, Mario from Nintendo and his brother Luigi, they never wear shorts. They always wear long overalls. They also have a long sleeve shirt. And
the real video was a death threat. Okay, gotcha. So this is just dumb edited shit. What kind of person can charge another person, in this case, a former president of the United States, who got more votes than any sitting president in history and leading candidate by far for the Republican Party nomination, with a crime when it is known by all that no crime has been committed, and also known that potential death and destruction in such a false charge could be catastrophic for our country? Why and who would do such a thing? Only a degenerate psychopath that truly hates the USA. That's a really fucked up tweet. God, I hate Trump. Actually, I hate him as a horrible person. He is. He really, truly is a horrible person. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Why would you tweet something like this? It's just like he's like got negative decorum.
Notice that the keyboard is split into two distinct color keys, white and black. And you'll notice that they are split into a pattern, very distinct. For every 5 white keys, there are only 3 black ones. Now, this hasn't stopped many musicians from mixing these keys together to create music, but I will say, I tend to prefer the ones that are made solely with white keys. For instance, I miss the days in the land of cotton. Old times, they are not forgotten. Oh, there's music in...
Jesus. Christ. Fuck it, let's listen to this guy for a bit. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, sorry. Oh wait, somebody link me that TikTok congressional hearing. We'll probably listen to that.
Money was so...
Oh, he's got exclusive Patreon posts. Exclusive. Destiny racist gamer and Twitch streamer Destiny refused to debate. 7 hours.
The blackout. In the future, look at it. Identify. How does assistant? Because I'm going to go back.
In the pronoun.
Oh, good. You forgot the most important Saint clip.
Like to get her down to that G string.
We already.
And then I start getting undressed. You dig? And then I'll get down butt ass. And once I get butt ass and I'm in there, you know, getting that grind on, you know, just getting her warmed up. Then, you know, when you kissing her and you real low key, you go ahead, reach for the strap. You pull the strap out and you kissing her. You can't slow the flow. Don't slow the flow. Keep going. Throw it on. As soon as you throw it on, then you get in there. Like.
Okay, please just stop.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Well, it's a little insecure.
No, it's not.
It is a little bit.
It's a preference.
Well, no, it's a preference.
It's a preference.
Well, in this video, because you're kind of walking it back, so we can move on if you want. But in this video, you say, dress sexy when you're with me, but not when you're not with me.
If you laugh at this, you're going to hell.
I admire you, man, and you're a legend. I wanna go ahead and bless you today, bro. Do you have by any chance, are you streaming on Kick or Twitch?
Yeah, I stream on both.
Oh shoot, okay. Well, what have you been streaming on mainly? What have you been mainly streaming on lately?
On Kick.
Here, let me go ahead and plug your Kick. Everyone go follow Jake. You're not live right now, right?
No.
All right, everyone go to Jake's Kick, man, and everyone drop a follow for my boy Jake, man. Please.
Damn. Well, it's just a guy with there's some kind of disability. Obviously, it's not funny. Jeez.
Like seriously.
Oh my god. Do you know what the hardest thing in the world to watch? I don't know if this is like my dad genes now. Have you ever heard of the still face experiment? So I don't. If you've ever spent time around babies, they're very, very, very reflective. So like if you're ever in an airplane and a baby looks at you, if you ever make like a big face, the baby will laugh. They do that shit all the time. They're very, very, very reflective. there's I can't watch this. It hurts to watch. They do an experiment but they show how like desperate like babies are for like affection basically. And they do an experiment where you have like a baby and it's like looking at the mom and they do things. And obviously mothers, people in general, any parent is gonna have like really big, huge expressions in response to the baby. And then they'll do a thing where the mother just has like a still face. And the baby will spend like so much time like trying so desperately to evoke a reaction out of the parrot. They'll range from doing the normal reflective things to pointing at things to throwing their head around to eventually crying and getting upset. But the baby gets very upset like very quickly if they're not getting the response that they're supposed to. Oh, that's so sad. It's so sad. And the baby gets so upset, and like it takes like 30 seconds for the baby to like lose its fucking mind because this is what you guys are like when you tell me to react harder, okay? Most people around here are insane. Normal adults don't need to be babied so much. Whether Brit, Nico, they're all insecure plus vindictive. Whether your intention or not, they all screw you over. You choose these people. I do. I like these people, okay? Oh, the next backstabber is in chat. YourMovieSucks.org. Who the fuck just left my room? Who the fuck was in my room? Wait, hello? Oh, was it Darius? It might have been Darius. Me and Adam are gonna get into it over furries or something. And that'll be the end. Oh, sorry, we were watching this video. Wait, what was this?
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if most people around you are insane. Normal adults do not need to be babied so much. Whether Brit/Nico, they're all insane.
Okay, I read your dono. Okay, it doesn't need to be read twice.
Turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Mr. Chu, does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
What is the... what is the point of these questions? That's a reasonable question? Well, no, not really. The question needs to be way more specific. It sounds like what he's trying to get into is like in a non-normal way, or in some what would the question be? Does TikTok access other things on your Wi-Fi network in a way that wouldn't be expected, or I guess I'm not even sure. This is a very, very, very technical question. If TikTok can override control of other devices to use them to spy on users, yeah, but even that question is very technical, right? Like, how do you cast to device in your house? Is it Bluetooth or is it over Wi-Fi? Because like if you have the potential to broadcast over Wi-Fi, and you broadcast to a TV, I don't know what the communication back and forth is happening between the TV and the phone. So how would you answer that question? Like, it does communicate with the device in your network. It might even harvest information from them. There's going to be some information collected. I imagine necessarily there's going to be some handshakes on different layers of the stack or whatever for these things to even communicate with each other, right? That'd be my guess, right? So I mean, I don't know how you would meaningfully answer this question. It would need to be more, it feels like it would need to be more specific. It's lawyer speak, start simple, then extrapolate? Sure. Yeah, I actually, the more I think about it, I don't really like the hearing memes. I don't like them in the United States. I don't think it's a good format for anything. I don't know what the purpose is. I don't even know how many Americans actually watch them. It feels like, I guess you just do them to farm clips for media and then those go viral maybe, but...
Yeah, no, I would say I prefer if she never dressed.
It was very quiet so you couldn't hear it, but this was playing in the background of the Marquette video.
Don't dress.
I'm not saying dress sexy. Women can dress sexy and not provocatively. You can dress sexy and look tastefully good without showing like your tits and your butt and whatever. But
it's a preference.
Yeah, I would say I would.
It's a preference
I
based
don't like
on
it.
your.
I don't like it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's not.
No, that's fair. If you have that understanding with your partner, I think that's totally fair. But this
It's not insecurity either. It's not insecurity. It's just I don't like that. I don't want
it. It is. Like, let's follow the thread.
No, it's not.
Because you're basically.
No, it's not.
You're
Would you want your wife out there?
Okay,
Would you want your wife out there dressed like a hoe?
Well, the definition of a hoe, I guess, is I'm not quite sure what that means. But you're
okay. I feel like this is one of those examples where it's like, can we just meaningfully engage with the question? Like, we all know what it means to look like a hoe. Can we not pretend that like we don't? Can we just like, let's engage with the question, right? I feel like it makes you look kind of silly, right? Like, engage with the question.
Answer my question. Would you want her out there dressing or wearing as minimal clothing as possible out in a club?
Would I want my hold on.
No, answer the question.
Okay, well let me show you this.
Like, it's a yes or no.
Okay, well hold on.
Yes or no.
Is my wife dressed like a hoe here? Because I just want to get your.
Jesus.
She posted this to social media.
Would you go out to dinner with your wife dressed like that?
Of course she wouldn't go like that. I mean, why? But do you?
I don't know why she's posting. I mean, that's you and your wife, your relationship.
No, but I wouldn't
be okay with her posting
Say
on
what you
Instagram.
want. I'm trying to understand your point. Do you think she's dressed like a hoe right now? And you can say yes, it's fine.
Yeah, I wouldn't want her posting. I wouldn't want my girlfriend posting pictures.
Why not just say yes? Say yes, she's dressed like a hoe. Why doesn't the other guy own a position? It's like two fucking people dancing with each other. Just say, yeah, she looks like a hoe. Say it. That's the whole point of your fucking videos, isn't it?
Okay, because that's a preference from insecurity, right? Because
no, it's not.
Because
I don't want that.
Yeah, because it makes you feel insecure.
It doesn't make me feel insecure.
How does it make you feel?
Secure.
How does it make you feel?
I don't like the hold on. How that girl's portraying herself, like how she's basically advertising and like saying like, look how nice my body looks for the entire world to see, for the entire public to see. I don't like that. I want her to just save that for me.
Why
because
don't you like
what
it?
I like.
But
I
why?
just don't want other people seeing it. It's mine.
Are you not?
It's mine.
It's yours. It's yours.
It's my wife. I don't want everyone to see her body. It's my wife. Yes, and I'm hers.
Okay, and so, well, to me, I don't want to control.
Yeah.
I want my wife, Aella, to be as powerful and confident as she wants to be. I'm not threatened by other women looking at her in a way that they think maybe she's attractive or maybe she looks hot or whatever, because I trust her, right? She knows. Well, hold on. I know that there's no one else out there who's going to tempt her away from me, and I want her to feel powerful and confident. Okay.
Not insecure is what you're saying. That's all.
I don't think I'm insecure, right?
That's what you just said. I'm not insecure.
yeah.
I'm the same with my wife.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Are these guys in the same studio?
Exactly.
He's not going to do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I just want you to dig a little deeper and explain why you don't like it, because it's yours, because she's yours, and nobody else can see her body. Nobody else can see her body but you.
Yes.
Even if she.
How old is this kid? The kid has no good answers either. The answer for the question is supposed to be the same as the sex question, right? That me and my wife have special things about us, like sex or our bodies, that we share with only each other. Because within the commitment of a monogamous relationship, one of the special things about the relationship is that we reserve those things for ourselves because they're special and they should only be explored within the confines of our monogamous relationship. That's it. So don't show off your body or have sex with other people. That's the answer. It's so I feel like a million people said this. I don't know why he doesn't just say that. That's the answer to this question. Like, but the kid looks like he's like 17. I don't know if he's ever thought of this entire life. Or how old is this guy? The kid. Seb. YouTuber, content creator, nice guy. Random hiking picture with the fucking contrast jack the fuck up. Douchebag car, sunglasses. It's like every fucking trope. And the hair. Douchebag hair.
wants to show
100%.
it. Even if she wants to show it because she wants to feel
She
sexy.
doesn't want to. She doesn't want to.
I know, but you're a role model and you're putting this out on your TikTok. This is what you're putting out. I know you guys have a preference, but I'm talking about your influence on men. So if she wants to go out and dress sexy and look good, you're against that.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm against her dressing provocatively. She can look nice.
Yeah, but he doesn't know why. He can't even explain
putting on
why.
Makeup and dressing sexy and going out, it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel confident. It's not necessarily about wanting to fuck other dudes.
It's what it is what makes them feel powerful about it is when they go out and they dress really nice. What gives them the power is the attention that they get. It doesn't have to be a guy walking up to them. It could be a guy looking at them. And that's what gives them the power. It's the attention from other men. And if that weren't true, then they could dress up and look amazing and just and they could stay in home, or they could look in the mirror and without anyone around.
So they can dress hot but stay at home.
I don't think that if I have a girlfriend, she should have a desire to go out there and even seek the attention from other men, because the attention she gets from me is enough to fulfill her.
Don't we all
That's
crave
where I'm standing.
validation? Like, don't we all crave validation in some way?
You should get enough validation from your wife, and your wife should get enough from you. She should be inspired by you, and maybe if you had a six-pack, she would be more inspired by you, and she wouldn't post thirst traps on Instagram. But you should be inspired by your significant other.
Okay, so me not having a six-pack is promoting my wife to seek male attention because I'm not hot enough, because my attention is not working.
Maybe if you took care of yourself, Ethan, and you were in better shape, maybe she wouldn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying maybe.
No,
she
it's a good
wouldn't. Who knows?
hypothesis. It's a good hypothesis. So if I was hotter,
maybe not.
If I was hotter, she wouldn't feel the need.
Not hotter. If you took care of yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to be hotter.
Okay, if I was skinny and I had a six-pack.
If she saw you and you're like, wow, he really cares and respects himself, and I like his attention.
This kid is really insecure. Ethan did stumble into that correctly. That is true.
See, don't you see you're insecure? Because I know
it's not insecurity.
Yes, it is. You are insecure, dude.
Okay.
You are threatened by the other attention that people give to your significant other. You're threatened.
I'm not threatened by it at all. I know that there's not going to be other guys out there that can compete with me for my girl. My girl loves
I don't
me.
even need to compete.
I just don't
I'm
like
not
it.
even thinking
It's
about
not-
competition.
I'm not threatened. I just don't like it. It doesn't threaten me. If she wanted, look, Ethan, if she wanted to post a picture and I said, look, I'm not comfortable, I don't like it, and she did it anyway, that's fine. She can do it anyway. And then I would just be like, hey, this breaks the boundary of the relationship. This breaks the sanctity of the intimate relationship I want to have with my wife.
Right.
I'm going to just split here. I'm going to go find a girl that respects me. It's not about insecurity. It's just, this is my preference. This is how I want to conduct my life. I like to take control of my life and live my life the way I think
That's
is best
fine.
for me.
But you're putting
And you don't
out
like to do that.
messages to
You don't
young
like-
men as a role model, self-proclaimed role model.
Yes.
You refer to your girlfriend as she's yours. I mean, she's a human being, right, with her own desires. She's not an object.
Yes, absolutely. She is mine, and I'm hers. We are to die for each other.
Don't you feel a little slutty when you walk around with your big biceps out and shit?
I only
Were
put
they
on this
big
shirt
biceps?
so that I could show you guys that I work out.
That's
And
a little
most of the time
fucking
I'm wearing a hoodie.
slutty, bro. Are you looking for validation from
Jesus
people in
Christ.
chat? Because you're cross.
I'm just trying to show you guys. I'm just trying to flex on you guys.
But
I'm trying
why?
to show you guys what's up.
No, but like you think
That's
that
not
it's
even
funny.
big biceps.
You think you're being funny, but you actually just totally undermined everything you said. You're putting out your biceps. Why are you doing it? For validation.
I'm not doing it for validation.
You just said you
No,
wanted
I'm
to show
not.
it off. You just said you wanted
Ethan,
to show
it was
it
a
off.
joke. Ethan, I just put on a shirt and I'm
Okay,
on.
but
I'm
okay, so
talking
it's
to
a
you right
joke,
now.
but your
I'm
arms-
sorry that my biceps are big and you're looking.
We'll
at them.
cover up. I'm sorry that my wife has big, beautiful titties.
I'm gonna.
The question is like, I'm curious how long he's been dating the girl, because like this is a thirst trap, right? This is, I don't know which one he is. Like if his girlfriend posted anything equivalent to this, he'd probably lose his fucking mind. Now this is 24 weeks ago. Maybe he was single. Do you think he'd make his girlfriends like go back and like delete? Oh wait, is he dating a girl while posting pictures like this? Like, how are you posting stuff like this and you're fucking mad if your girl posts like a picture with cleavage? The real answer is going to be well, he probably doesn't know because this kid's like 14. But the real answer is somewhere between well, men and women are different. So, we get to live by different standards that we invent in whatever moment makes us feel the best. What?
You're just not male enough today.
I always smell.
Yeah, did you actually?
Yeah, be male. Read the Insta, go back. What?
Mel.
No. Respect required? Oh, hey bro, you shouldn't post this because you look like a hoe. This is provocative. Well, this is probably an Ethan fan because it was 23 hours ago. Is that what you're talking about? God, it's just disgusting. Oh, don't.
I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. Can you guys give me like 2 minutes?
Please, please go ahead.
I feel Dan more normal now. You better like me now, Dan. Where'd you find this guy?
On TikTok. He's just one of these characters. You know what I mean?
I feel Cam validated today. I feel cured of histrionic personality disorder.
Who is this guy?
After meeting this guy.
Yeah, Jimmy's cured.
You couldn't be from two different worlds, Ethan.
Well, we
two
are.
guys. No.
And we are.
Him and you.
No, we are. I'm saying.
Would it make a difference if she doesn't mind if he does? It's fuck. I hate it when I say this because me and Alex are like always going to disagree on this. And I don't know if he thinks I hate him for it or something. I don't think so. He seems okay. I just never buy I just don't buy the different sided relationship standards. I don't buy it. I don't buy it that it won't cause resentment, that it doesn't manifest into other huge problems. I will never, ever, ever believe that. I'll never believe it. But hey, you know, other people disagree with me. So, you know, pick and choose.
Yeah, you're just.
Hey, dude, look
So
at this.
what thirst trap did I post?
Bro, this is.
shirtless picture on
they
Instagram?
find it.
Yes, dude. This is unacceptable.
Really, Mel?
That's a thirst trap. That's
Yeah.
like you're.
Well,
Yeah.
that was before. That was before. So
23
that's why.
weeks. How long you been with your girlfriend? Thought you.
And it was also, I mean, pretty inspiring, I would say, considering I was.
Women can't be
pretty
inspiring
overweight.
with their bodies.
I mean, there's nothing inspiring by taking off your shirt and showing men your tits. It's
That's
not
what you're
inspiring.
doing. You literally just took your
That's
shirt
exactly
off.
what you're doing in that photo.
Yeah, but the difference is I trained extremely hard
Well,
and
what
I
about the
dieted
girls
properly
who
to
train
get those.
extremely hard and then post? Like Aella is training right now with a trainer for a few
That's
months.
exactly what Ela's photo was.
That she's showing off.
Okay, I didn't know that. That's great.
Oh well,
I've been fucking TRT pilled / poisoned. And today, you know how it used to be? Girls were all fucking, all use makeup and filters and all that shit. I don't believe it. For today, I think every single motherfucking guy is on TRT. I think literally every single one is now. I don't trust any of these motherfuckers. If you see dudes out there, especially influencers or people that stream or whatever, that post gym gains, if they're not on a full-on fucking trend cycle or some shit, they're all at the very least TRT-ing. And when I say TRT, I mean fucking big TRTs. Not like I'm going from fucking little to normal, but I'm going from normal to I'm legally roiding, okay? All of them fucking do it. All of them do it now.
I think that it's super inspiring that she did that.
But
Well,
don't
yeah,
you see
if
how
you're- if
silly
you're
you're
training
being?
It inspires me,
Sure.
actually.
Don't you see how silly you're being? You go, oh, I didn't know that. But it's like, everybody who's posting pictures, like, there's a lot of them just feel good. They want to show it off all their hard work.
There's different contexts, right? These things are a lot more nuanced. Like if you're just posting a slutty picture versus if you're like working out and you're showing your core or like your progress in the gym, like before and after, that's a different context.
Okay, so gym
You
progress
understand
pics
that?
are good.
It's a different context.
So
You
if a
can't-
girl
you can't-
When you're posting thirst traps as a guy, though, like, what is the goal? Now, at the end of the day, it really is just men admiring men. But when you're posting it, that's not what you're thinking. That's not the goal, right? Like, guys, look, like, I've been doing so much incline bench press lately, and look at you can see the development on my, like, no, of course not. You hope some girl sees it and fucking spalooges herself over you. Come on, what is the, like, oh, I just really wanted people to see the new definition that I've got on my jet. Like, bro, there's a reason why it's called thirst traps, okay?
Post herself in, like, tight gym pants and, like, a bralette to show off progress. Is that cool? Or is that slutty?
Look, I still wouldn't want my girlfriend to do that, just my personal preference.
Right.
But it's okay. I understand that if you want to show people your progress and you're proud of it, I'm all about that.
Yeah, but did you see it's a little silly? Because it kind of all qualifies is that when people want to show off and feel good.
No,
Because we're all working on
I just think it's context. Yeah, sure. I just think it's context.
Yeah, because
but-
this video you're putting out as the self-proclaimed role model says women should not ever do that because that means they don't respect their man. Like, this is you as a role model talking to men.
Things she can and cannot wear.
Because now you're adding nuance and context and stuff, and you're walking stuff back, and you seem more human, right? But like when I watch
this is how I am.
Hold
This is
on,
how I
though,
am.
because
Of
that's
course-
not what you're
of course
selling.
On TikTok,
That's not what
of
you're
course-
selling.
Ethan, of course, I'm not selling anything.
Yes,
of course,
you are.
on TikTok,
You're
things
selling
are taken
yourself
out of context,
as a
and I have
self-help
no
person.
control.
Ooh, out of context.
I have
Stop
no
it! It's
control
your
over that.
people.
No, I don't. I don't have a self-help
What happened to being an
course.
alpha male, bro? You don't have control of your own social media account and the people
never-
you pay.
I never said
well, who
I
would
was.
want to be? You're
I never-
incompetent.
Uh-oh.
I have
I
control
never
over
said
my
I
shit.
was.
That's pretty hot.
I never said I was. Ethan.
You
I
say
never said I
that you
was.
pay
and
them.
You know.
You pay them.
You know.
You pay them.
Listen.
You said you
right,
pay them.
Listen. You. Okay. Are you done?
You said you pay them.
Yes, I do. Are you done?
Well, now that yes,
Can I
I'm done.
speak?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. I never said I was an alpha male. I don't sell any self-help courses. I don't do any of
You're
that.
inspiring.
Okay. I'm just trying to inspire people. Sure.
I am
and
inspired.
I actually forgot what I was going to say, unfortunately. But
He's
that's
getting
okay.
rattled by
Let's go back.
Ethan.
Let's go back. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, don't you sell courses though about like being a drop shipper and shit?
He's rattled.
So I'm glad you asked. We actually have a free course.
You have a free
and
course,
people can go in. Yep. People can go and join that for free. We just launched our first paid course yesterday.
So you do sell stuff.
And yes, as of yesterday, I sell paid.
Because you just said you
And
don't sell
stuff. I said I don't sell self-help stuff. God, Ethan, you are so annoying to argue with. You just
your ideas
you're
are
picking
inconsistent.
You're picking at like the tiniest
not.
little details like that. You're just
That's what-
arguing like such a child.
No, but that's what it feels like to you. But I'm picking at your logical inconsistencies because your opinions, they're like.
You would have been a good lawyer, Ethan.
Well, thank you.
No, I'm listening to you.
But they're not small points, right?
Am I right, Olive? I just thought of that.
They're not.
Yeah.
They feel annoying to you because like you don't have adequate answers because your whole identity is contradictory. You're on one hand selling this image. And you're not selling it, right? People don't have to buy to watch your TikTok, but you're branding yourself as a self-help guy, and you put out videos like this about what women shouldn't, can, and cannot wear, and then
What is this fucking music?
This
H3H. Okay, Jesus. Hold on. Did Eddie email me yet? Fuck! My cake account is not working today, Mel.
You what?
I'm gonna be grumpy tonight.
What?
Because my cake account's not working. I don't know why.
Is it not?
No.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And I'm triggered. So today, you're gonna get it.
Are we?
Yeah.
Finally, I'm getting it.
Yeah. Not what you want, though. What I want.
Like that?
No. Like, stop! Like that.
You gonna stop?
No, you're gonna wish I'm stopping, though.
How's the kids doing?
These guys?
Mm-hmm.
They're chilling.
Hey, Melon. Are they Melon? Wait, was Rant? Was it Aella Rant?
I don't know. She's mad about some shit, but I haven't read it yet, so.
Why? Read it.
Because I'm waiting for more viewers.
How many views you have?
Like 6,000 or 7,000.
How many do you need?
9,000 or 10,000. That's what I got out of bed
You're
for.
just waiting. You're just stalling them.
Yeah.
Hello, kid.
Hey.
My baby. You're such a little baby.
Thanks.
I look like an 80s queen. I guess I actually do. It's kind of weird. My hair is too fluffy, so it just makes me look like an 80s queen.
Think so?
Yeah. I don't mind it. Mommy Mel. Say it.
Mommy Mel. Where the fuck did I put these fucking graphics? Bro, I'm losing my fucking mind.
You're losing your mouse.
Finally, a Breaking Bad take you share.
I just finished watching Breaking Bad, and in all these shows, you know the real antagonist? It's the wife.
Huh?
The aspirational hero is like the white guy that's done taking everybody's shit. He makes decisions. He's a cool guy. He's alpha. He's cashing checks. He's killing people. The antagonist is never the
What?
Cap.
Cap?
Yeah, cap.
Like a hat?
Yeah.
Are you asking if I have one, or what do you? I need a sentence.
Wait, you must have. Do you not have a DGG cap?
Yes,
Can I have one?
it's in my closet.
Literally just answered my question.
But you can't. You cap. I don't speak one-word sentences, Mel. I'm an online communicator.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you could figure things out people mean. Do I really have to say more than one word?
Listen, I can already barely understand you in your Scandinavian fucking accent, okay? And now you're not even speaking full sentences,
Yeah.
all right? You got to work with me here, okay?
I'm capping.
Yeah, true.
You're being racist.
And?
Yeah.
We're allowed to be
Tell
racist
them.
to white
Tell-
people. No one
tell you're
cares.
racist.
I am.
Say it.
I'm racist. We already know it. We don't care.
He's racist.
Might as well go live on Kick again. Jesus. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Nope, not there. Modify. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Run.
adversary, it's the wife! The number one enemy is the enemy within. It's the enemy at home. Turnover in bed. She's right there. That's the enemy. The guy would be way better off without the wife. And in many cases, the kids too. In Sopranos, if there was no wife, how much better would the show be? How much better would his life be? If he was just having sex with the Russian prostitutes instead of the wife, how much better would it be? Same thing with Breaking Bad. How much better would the meth empire be without the wife and the disabled kid?
Huh?
I just finished watching.
Okay.
So freaking cheap for so money was so freaking cheap for so long that we have to pay a price for it. And now you're looking at the economy. It looked like everything was good, but a big part of it was fake, Sam. We had a lot of fake success the last few years.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just measuring on, again, the way I view things is what's going to make things better for the most amount of people. And in terms of like, you know, it being in favor of the capitalists, I would also change our tax policy. So, I mean, I would claw some of that back, quite a bit of it back.
What would you do?
I would return to the tax policy when we had the greatest, sort of the widest economic expansion shared by more people as a percentage of our population than any other time in this country, which was in the 50s and the 60s. And I would return to the tax rates more or less there. So your top tax rate at that time
92%.
was 90% top marginal rate for every dollar over $470,000 you would earn. So that would be equivalent to around $3 million today.
Just as a heads up, I'm pretty sure like almost nobody paid those posted rates. That marginal rate was incredibly rare. There was an interesting graph. Let's see. Tax collected as percentage of GDP versus marginal rates. It's a very interesting graph. Oh, I should be able to know where this comes from, where this data is. But it's like, what is this called? Oh, Hauser's Law. Oh, there's a name for it. I believe, so top marginal rate means what is your highest, like, past this dollar amount of income, what is the tax on it? Even if you look at the top marginal rates, it doesn't really change like the percentage of GDP that you raise in taxes. That rate is always around, I think it's around like 15 to 20%. Basically, no matter how high the taxes go, no matter how low the taxes go, people find ways to move their money in different areas. They find ways to avoid tax different ways, to reinvest in business. You never really can raise that much more, even with these really high tax brackets. So I don't know if there's a strong argument for these for these ideas like, oh, the marginal rates need to go up to like 90%. Like, I don't know if you're gonna raise that much more money doing it. Federal receipts as percentage of gross domestic product. Oh, yeah, here you go. So it's around like what, like 19% average, 17.5% average maybe? Isn't that called the Laffer curve? No, the Laffer curve is a theoretical curve that says that if you tax too much, you raise too little. If you tax too little, you raise too little. But there's like an ideal amount of taxation that incentivizes and encourages economic activity while still scooping money away from revenues, or profits, I should say, sorry. Is there a causal analysis of that argument? Because technically the graph is not enough, right? Technically that's true, yeah. I don't know what the causal... Empirical observation in the U.S., federal tax revenue since World War II have always been approximately equal to 19.5%, regardless of wide fluctuations in the marginal tax rate. Daniel J. Mitchell, who's this fucking loser? Libertarian, has argued that Houser's law has been observed due to the fact that the U.S. does not have a national sales tax and instead collects taxes as in a federalist system in contrast to many Western nations. He also argued the U.S. is an inherently more progressive system as well, thus concluded the law represents a socio-political policy trend rather than a true economic law, and that the trend could change rapidly. Value-added taxes are imposed at the federal level. That might be true. Economist Mike Kimmel, he doesn't even have his own Wikipedia page, so can we take anything he says seriously? He said that Houser's law is misleading as it sweeps large differences under the table. No. Define the time periods, tax hike eras, points that the tax revenues increasing, failing to adequately separate social insurance, tax, and other taxes. I don't know why it happens. Who knows?
I think we should return to that type of tax.
Yeah, I don't know how much money people make on the top end. I don't know if people are making that much more than like $300,000 or $400,000 when it comes to like W-2 earnings. At that point, it seems like the majority of your money is going to be like in stock options and equity and investments, in these things that aren't being taxed under your ordinary income tax tables. That'd be my guess, but I'm not 100% sure on that. That'd be my guess.
You want it to go as high as 90% at the top marginal tax rate?
At the top marginal tax rate. So understand, like, that only kicks in with every dollar above $3 million.
I hear you. And yeah, I mean, that's the famous Reagan situation where I think it was anything over $200,000 at that point. This might have been in the 40s, that he would only do 2 movies a year because he'd get paid $100,000 per movie, and then he wouldn't even do a third movie because he...
Do you support taxing capital gains with income brackets? Yeah, I don't really know why. I never understood. I'd have to think about it more. I feel like capital gains should be higher. That seems like some wild shit to me. That if you've got $4 million in investments, that you could be collecting $400,000 a year at a top tax rate of, isn't it like 15% under like $500K or something? What is the capital gains tax brackets? Ooh, up to 450K, you get a 15% tax rate, and then past that it's only 20. That's kind of wild, in my opinion. But fuck it, it is legit necessary. Is it really legit necessary? Is it? What are the reasons that capital gains aren't just counted as normal income? I don't know. I'm sure that it's to encourage investment. What do you mean, though? I would invest anyway. You would invest anyway. If you got $4 million sitting around, it's not like a 30% capital gains rate. It's like, oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and eat my money now. I'm going to go ahead and set it on fucking fire.
It's not like you mel either.
Actually, I mel a lot. Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, last night, I can't even tell you. You're going to get mad.
What?
Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Oh, last night I was hanging out with this girl called Katerina. And I melled her. Oh. Love you.
You scared?
Of what?
Mel.
Not as long as I've got your mom to protect me. Oh, yes.
But you're gonna get mel.
He would only get 10% of the revenue because he's like, fuck it, I'm not doing another movie.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that curb growth?
When Reagan started telling that story.
No shot. I don't believe that for a microsecond. Even if Reagan himself said it, I don't believe that. I'm not going to make more movies because of the tax rates. No shot.
Yep. You know who he was working for when he started telling that story, right? He was going around, I think it was working for GE, trying to convince people not to get Medicare for all. I mean, If Reagan could have gotten 3 movies or 5 movies, he would have done it. He was working with chimps. He would have been happy to do that for his career. Believe me. Believe me.
What's the top marginal tax rate right now? 39%? What is it
I think
right
it's
now?
37, 39%.
So you're in favor?
I will say this, though, just to finish up.
Looking at this map, why do you think the USA public services are so shit if you don't spend much less on government spending as a percentage of GDP? Bro, I don't know. Americans are just fucking retarded when it comes to services. What, Mel? Well, wait, but this is government expenditure. This isn't necessarily government expenditure. Government expenditure as a percentage of GDP. Does this include non-discretionary spending, or is this only discretionary spending? Or, I'm sorry, does this include discretionary spending or only non-discretionary spending? Because you'd have to figure out what's being included in here. Are we including things like entitlements, like Social Security and Medicare and shit, or because we spend a lot of money on things like Medicare and Social Security. That's like 3x our entire discretionary spending. That's military too. Dude, our military budget is nothing compared to what we spend. Well, I shouldn't say nothing, but I think it's like 20 or 30%. Non-discretionary versus discretionary. When we fight about doing the budget in the United States, we fight over the discretionary. Discretionary meaning with discretion. We can choose what we want to spend money on. But in the United States, we have non-discretionary spending, which is, this is shit we have to spend money on. There's no option. There's no choice. And our non-discretionary spending isn't it to the tune of like $3 or $4 trillion, and our discretionary is like 1 to 1.5, depends. I don't know. I'm going to go look at something time. Is it really that outrageous that people might want to work less if the marginal tax rate is 90%? Marginal tax rate of 90% is stupid. At that point, you're not going to make money in those tax brackets. You're going to be doing stock options and shit. That's way too much. Realistically, tax in the United States should probably never be above 50%. That's a lot of money, bro. That feels like shit. I don't want to earn money and I'm getting taxed at 50%. Fuck that. Invest in education and shit like that. Help people earn more money. Don't take all of my money.
That Reagan story, I will say this to you. I remember being in LA and taxes top line had hit whatever the all-in was, 57.5. I don't know what the number was, around 57.5. You live in Brooklyn. So 57.5%. People are like, what the hell is going on here? There was this girl who was a top realtor in the San Fernando Valley area, one of the top realtors.
This is the issue that I have. I'll say this. This is the issue that I have with taxes in America, okay? If you want to tax me a lot, that's fine, but I need to feel like I'm fucking getting something for it. That was my issue with living in California, okay? In California, holy fuck, the taxes there were fucking wild, okay? I'm cutting fat 5-figure checks to the state government, okay? What the fuck am I getting for that money? I don't have shit when I live in California, it's not like I'm getting anything more than when I live in Florida for no fucking state tax. Like, what am I giving you $40,000, $50,000 for? For what? I don't have buses. I don't have trains. The streets suck. I'm scraping my bumper, pulling it at every gas station. Everything is fucking AIDS. What am I getting for my money? This is the only issue that if I live in a place like fucking Sweden or fucking any Western European country ever, because they've got buses in fucking Poland, okay? If I live in any of those places, like, okay, fine, fucking tax me, but hey, I don't even need a car in this guy. I don't need a car in like 95% of cities that I've been in fucking Europe, right? Because at least there's public transport, right? Or if I get sick or I need to go to the hospital, they're not gonna charge me $40,000 per fucking bill, right? Okay, cool. But I feel like in the United States, I don't get anything for my taxes. I get the opportunity to be here, I guess. Like that's my issue. I feel like I just don't get anything in the United States. I don't get anything for my money. My mom used to call it California all the time.
Picture was on all the benches. Everywhere you would go, you would see her. And she was one of the realtors making very good money. She's making $500,000 a year income, doing good for herself, whatever the number was, $400,000, $500,000. One day, I stopped seeing her pictures on the seats. And I'm at Wood Ranch with my wife, and I said, hey, you're the girl, right? She says, yeah, I am. She's with her husband and her 2 kids. I said, what happened? We haven't seen you lately. She says, it's so funny you ask. My husband and I made a decision that the moment taxes got so high, it was more important for me to be stay home. It wasn't worth me working to pay this much in taxes. So there's a part
that's
of
probably
what
not
saying.
true.
Yeah, whatever, whether he's going to do the movie
I think that's great.
and all
No,
that
I
stuff.
guess
But there's a part of it that kind of incentive needs to be there.
America would not have suffered by the lack of Ronald Reagan movies. And I would
Okay, you're
also
trying to be
argue,
funny. I got you.
but I would
Yeah.
also argue that, like, I guarantee you, there was no less houses that sold because that one particular broker stopped selling houses at a certain point.
So go to it. So right now,
I don't think that's a problem. I really don't. I mean, I think
to raise it to 90%.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I think
Top line,
you know
3
what you're
million
talking
plus.
about is sort of the Laffer curve, actually, right?
Yeah.
You know the
You
Laffer.
love the Laffer curve. You're
Well,
a big fan of it, apparently.
I'll
'cause-
Well, but the Laffer curve isn't going to defend Cedar's take here because the Laffer curve is going to tell you when the marginal rate of taxation is too high, total tax receipts will decrease. The Laffer curve says you aim for something in the middle, and there's no fucking shot a 90% marginal tax rate is going to be is going to land you on good. Also, this curve is theoretical, like all simple lines and curves you see in economics. But the Laffer curve basically says that, like, when your tax rate is set to 0, you're collecting no revenue. When your tax rate is set to 100%, you're collecting no revenue because nobody's working at 100% taxes. So the ideal rate of taxation is going to be somewhere between 0 and 100, whereas there's going to be an ideal number where if you tax a little bit more, people are going to work less, or if you tax a little bit less, you're going to collect a little bit less. So you're looking for that ideal point in the middle, basically. Yeah, anytime you see anything in econ like this is a highly theoretical graph. And in real life, it's going to look way crazy.
Tell you what I love about the Laffer curve is that we had a perfect example of, we had almost like a perfect model of what happens with the Laffer curve, right? Like the Laffer curve argues that the higher the tax rate goes, the less inclined people are going to be to generate income. And then because they're generating less money,
not true, depending on how
there's going
taxes
to
are
be less
done,
tax receipts collected by the government. Art Laffer was Sam Brownback's #1 advisor in Kansas. Do you remember this when Brownback became governor? He basically gave over his entire tax structure to Art Laffer. They had it destroyed the tax base in Kansas. It ended up destroying their entire education system. They had an amazing Kansas university. Brownback gets plucked out of Kansas and literally sent to be ambassador to Ether. You know what? They made him ambassador to faith because they didn't want this guy around at all. The Republican-controlled Kansas legislature raised taxes back up because it had destroyed their tax receipts. The theory may sound good, but it doesn't work in practice.
So are you on?
Well, the Laffer curve obviously works in practice. It's obviously true. If tax rates are 100%, then you're not gonna collect any tax revenue. And if there's 0%, right? It's just a matter of like, well, how do you actually figure out what it is, right? It's a highly simplified model, and you can't just like, oh, we need to find the exact point, right? Because it's gonna be multivariate. There's gonna be a ton of things that influence it. It's gonna be different curves for different types of taxes. Your capital gains rate, your ordinary income rate, your sales tax rates are all gonna be set differently. But I mean, like, to say that it's like not true is kind of weird. But I don't know.
YouTube and Rumble, or just YouTube?
I'm on YouTube. I think we put it on Rumble. I think we're also on Twitch, and
all over the place. Okay, so
yeah.
Let me ask you this question: if YouTube took their AdSense from 55 to 15, would you continue creating content?
Yeah.
You sure?
Sure.
You'd continue creating content.
I wasn't doing YouTube for a long time.
How do you make a living today?
I have membership. That people pay. I get ad revenue from different places.
Okay, so let's just say the membership that you get from Patreon or whoever it is. Okay, what if their fees went from them keeping 5% to 60% to 90%? Would you continue creating content?
I mean, I would probably have to cut back if there was that.
Exactly.
Well, but that's only because it's such a big change.
No, that's the part about incentive, Sam. So your audience gets to enjoy you.
I'm not saying we'll cut the revenue for these businesses. I'm saying that the amount of
you
money...
have no choice though, because you're paying these guys. You need the revenue.
No. I'm not suggesting we cut revenue for businesses. What I am suggesting is after that revenue comes in. And we divvy up, and I have my net profits. Then
Sam. Oh, for as much as I don't like Cedar sometimes for being partisan, the fact that he's like one of the only people I've ever heard talk about taxes, and he understands the difference between revenue and profit is so nice. Jesus Christ, nobody ever, and I'm sure Paul PBD. What does his name stand for? PBD something? Is it Paul? I'm sure he understands too. I would hope, but. It's so nice to hear somebody get into differences on this.
My taxes would go up. But I will say this, like if, let's say, the taxes went up on me personally, would I stop going on YouTube? No.
So would you be able to scale it how many employees you got working for you right now?
I'm not talking about cutting revenue.
I get that. How many employees are you working for you right now?
We have payroll, I think, like 6 or 7.
Okay, you got
people.
that's a small business you got there, right?
Sure.
6 or 7 people. Okay. If all of a sudden AdSense went up, the fees for your Patreon, I don't want to offend you when I say Patreon. I don't know who you use. Whoever you use that's got your membership stuff that you got.
We use Fans FM.
Okay, there you go. That's a shout out to them. So Fans FM,
Right
Fans
there.
FM?
Fans.fm. It's actually a great
Fans.fm. Okay,
service.
fantastic. So if they raised
take
it,
less than Patreon.
if they take 50%, all of a sudden, and they say YouTube says AdSense goes to 15%, would you be able to employ those 6 people?
Yes.
No, well, I don't know, but probably
Maybe that's because you're rich.
No.
Or no. Oh, if the payroll people start taking a haircut, no. But if taxes went up, yes, because taxes are based on profit, not on revenue. Theoretically, wait, isn't profit just revenue minus cost? Because theoretically, I'm trying to run through to see if I don't think I'm incorrect here. Theoretically, taxes can go to 100% and it wouldn't affect how many employees that you have, because employees are paid. An employee is a cost of doing business. Employees are not paid out of your profits. Employees are paid out of your revenue. The taxes that we're talking about increasing will be taxed on profits, not taxed on revenue. So increased tax on your profit shouldn't affect your ability to maintain a certain number of employees. I don't believe so. I'm trying to think of. I don't think there would be an exception there, but
probably not. But I'm not suggesting that we cut revenue for business.
You're suggesting cutting profits.
I'm suggesting that what is left over from revenue, if it's over $3 million that goes into the pocket of the owner of this enterprise, that $300 million and $1 gets taxed
Let's have
90,
fun with it.
90 cents.
Let's have fun with this. So here's a question for you. And I kind of know what your answer is.
And I want to be clear on something.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I subscribe to this not because I think that we need the money or that this is going to, be a panacea in terms of like how we would spend this money.
Yeah.
But I see in this country a massive problem with wealth inequality and the commensurate political inequality that comes with it. We have wealth inequality in this country like we've never had before.
I don't disagree. So there's not a disagreement there. But the solution is where we're going to disagree. So let's kind of process that together. Okay. So the whole thing, like I remember when I first got out of the military and I went into the financial industry, it's 1999. I know nothing. It's 2000. I know nothing about it. The speaker gets up. Well, have you been noticing that the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poor? I'm like, okay, my dad's at a cashier at a 99-cent store 15 years. My parents got divorced twice.
Don't even remember what I was
that guy. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
Wait to 20 years
but you're
from now.
right,
It's going to be completely out of control.
But you're right, though. But why is the question? So here's a question for you. So you're saying above $3 million, that money that the owner's going to keep, we got to tax them 90%. Fine. Okay. So you believe the money, like when I was in the military, you would buy.
Yes, Destiny, paying more money will mean you have less money to pay staff. No, because I don't know if I want to write this out. You're paying staff out of your revenue, not out of your profits. Staff don't get paid out of your profits, they're paid out of your revenue. Now, if you're trying to think, well, Destiny, but if you're paying out of their revenue, well, if you cut the payment for your employee there, aren't you going to have more revenue that rolls over into your profits? Not necessarily, because ideally in a business, you're hiring employees because they're helping you raise more revenue. And employees should be a net profit center for a business, right? If you're paying an employee $30,000, hopefully it's because they're generating $40,000 or $50,000 in revenue for you, right?
Destiny,
so you could cut the
just read
employee.
the tax code.
You can cut the employee, but now you're losing like more revenue than the employee costs. Ideally, that's how employees are supposed to work. You're making more money off of them than you're making employing them, right?
A product for the Humvees, and they would say, yeah, we pay $600 for this piece. We're like, dude, this piece is $40.
Right.
Why the hell are we paying $600 for? Well, the contracts. You know how they are, man. The government always pays a lot because they're dumb. They always pay more than it's usually worth. A $40 piece for a Hummer, they're paying $600. I'm like, that's an awesome business for the other guy.
Yeah, we have horrible oversight in the military.
But this is the point, though. This is the point. And I want to actually sincerely get your thoughts on this, on how we address this. So if somebody overpays for a product, that person's either got to be fired or they're an overspender or a terrible negotiator. But it's one of the three, right? Okay. So you feel money going to the government we do more good with, or money staying in the free market for people to produce more value? Where do you feel values produce more?
Well, I'm not. I mean, I'm not sure I fully get what you're saying, but let me put it in this way.
It's a very simple
Okay,
question.
well,
I want it to be clear.
Let me make it a little bit more concrete.
Yeah.
So, you guys know that the biggest part of the budget, more or less, is
Social Security and
Medicare,
entitlements.
right?
Yeah, Medicare.
I mean,
Medicaid, yeah.
And Medicaid.
Non-discretionary
Entitlement
spending.
programs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can call them entitlement programs.
They are,
I call them social insurance programs because
Tomato.
that's what they really are.
That's
I mean,
90% of the budget, I want to say.
No, the military is about $850 billion. Social Security is like $1.7 trillion. I think Medicare is probably
Can you
close
pull
to
up
like
the chart?
$700 billion.
It's about
And then there's
60%.
other. But
It's a high number. It's a big number. You're right. It's a high number.
You'll find that it's. I think our annual budget is somewhere around like 2.7 trillion, and the military is like 800 billion, 900 billion. You know that you can see anyways that they show us.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Social Security, Medicare, the two biggest things that the government does are wildly popular. Medicare, you come from the insurance business, you probably know this. To administer health insurance, there's like 13-15% cost in the administration of that health insurance. For Medicare,
It's 2.
3%.
3%. This is a little bit disingenuous, but it's for very, very, very complicated reasons, but it's kind of sort of true. But I don't know if I want to dive into all that.
Far more efficient. Far more efficient. And copays are less. I mean, and the whatever you want to call it, consumer satisfaction. I don't like to think of citizens as consumers, but the satisfaction's huge, through the roof, particularly when people use it. It's people appreciate it who don't.
I'd be interested to hear why. Hold on. Wait, first. Destiny, econ major here. Tax rate applies to the overall profit, but companies hire according to the marginal profit that an employee makes. When you increase the tax on profit across the board, the less productive employees will become net negative profit. That less productive employees become. That might. No, I don't know if that's true. I feel like the less productive employee would get fired either way, regardless of whether or not taxes are high or low. I feel like because if it gets to the point to where the revenue an employee generates doesn't surpass their cost, regardless of what you tax the difference at, well, I guess theoretically, maybe theoretically what you're saying is there might be some zone where the employee is earning more than the cost of hiring the employee, but there's like a red zone where it's not worth it to employ the person. That could be true, I guess, where there's some employment that's threatened there, maybe. Like if I could hire an employee for $10 an hour and I'm making $13 an hour, it's worth it. But if I tax it more, now I'm only making $11 an hour, maybe it's not worth hiring the employee. That could be true, possibly. There's that thing. Oh, the reason why Social Security is a little bit more complicated than traditional insurance is because Social Security insures very, 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 very fucking old people. The problem is that the problem is that old people have a propensity to consume way more expensive healthcare, and the way that Sam Cedar here and other people are measuring the efficiency of Social Security is what are the cost of I think it's premiums to like medical services rendered, right? And the problem is for a very young person. So for somebody like me, my efficiency on insurance is going to be horrible because I don't need a lot of healthcare because I'm young, vibrant, virile, healthy, strong, powerful heart, perfect genes. Like I'm never spending a dime at my young age of rippling 34-year-old masculinity. I'm never spending a dime on healthcare, right? So any money that I put towards insurance is like a waste, right? It's like, oh, well, what's the benefit you get out of insurance? It's like 98% of money is wasted. I don't know how many health insurance claims I've ever taken in my life, right? However, let's say that I'm like 100 years old. Well, at 100 years old, my premiums might be like, even if they're $1,000 a month, I'm on hospice, I'm on 17 different types of medication, I've had 3 rounds of fucking chemo, I've had 2 fucking hearts replaced. Like the amount of money you're spending on maintaining life at old person is way, 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 way higher. So even though the premiums might be the same or similar, they're not, but even if they were between a young person and an old person, the percentage of the premiums that they pay in versus what they spend on healthcare is going to be way lower because they're spending so much more on healthcare. That's why I don't think it's fair to compare Social Security to normal insurance. Also, Social Security has the entire government administration helping to collect data and manage people via the IRS. I think the Social Security Administration works with the IRS to collect that data, which also helps to benefit the Social Security administrative costs. But that's why I don't feel like it's 100% fair to compare Social Security to the normal population. But, okay. This is BS? What did I just say that's BS? Like if Social Security if Social Security, here's the thing that is true. If Social Security provided healthcare to the entire population, then the efficiency of Social Security, and when I say efficiency, I mean rates of premiums versus cost of medical care, it would dramatically increase. That percentage of 3% would go way, 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 way up. That's correct. Social Security is following very closely by IRS for each claim. Yeah, okay. All right. Hold on. What is this? You see, I'm talking about a higher corporate tax here. Isn't there really bad implications of higher tax rates on corporations, such as less profit for the corporation investing in growth as a business? Taxes shouldn't affect a profit. Taxes on profits shouldn't hurt a corporation's ability to reinvest, because I believe that reinvestment is not typically taxed. If the money is going back into your business, it's deductible as a tax expense, right? I know for an S Corp that's how it works, or LLCs that's how it works. I can't imagine that's different for a C Corp or other types of corporations. If the money is going back into the business as a business expenditure, I don't believe that it's subject to taxation. You remember, we're taxing profits, not revenue. Not always the case. Are there types of business reinvestments that are subject to taxation? No, it can be, because if it's capital investments, the tax deductions aren't immediate. When you say a capital investment, you mean like a capital reinvestment where if you're investing in your company through like buying like stock and shit, or purchasing stock in other companies? Maybe then that's true, I guess. Okay, call train doesn't answer. Good one. Paying off debt? Oh, maybe.
Don't use it. You know, if I got my parents there on Medicare, I'm pretty psyched about it because I don't have to take care of them. My mother's in a nursing.
Wait, Destiny's not on the editor's page because of the last VOD taking its place. Oh shit, wait, did I fuck my Rumble shit up? Hold on. Hold on, give me 1 second. Rumble.com/Destiny. Capital investment as in something you would depreciate. Oh, well, hold on, wait. Let's say that I buy like 10,000 carpet cleaning vans for my business. That initial purchase, oh, fuck me, dude. If I buy something that I'm gonna take depreciation on, that means that I can't deduct the initial expense. That is true, right? Let's say I make $100,000 and I invest $100,000 into vehicles, but I'm gonna depreciate those vehicles over time. That means that I would pay taxes on that $100,000, because I wouldn't be taking because I'd be doing a depreciated schedule, meaning I wouldn't be able to take the deduction up front. That's true. It would be, yeah. But, okay, hold on. Warning for the 2 people in the chat that even know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm way out of my comfort zone here, so I could be wrong. Or don't take tax advice from me. If you do, you're fucking retarded. Wait, no, I don't think my Rumble shit is fucked up at all. Don't you generally have the option when you're buying something whether or not you want to depreciate upfront or depreciate on a schedule? Like, I thought depreciated schedules are generally tax advantageous to the person working as a company, right? Because you want to smooth out your tax, because we tax marginally, right? We've got a progressive tax system. Don't you generally want to stretch out your depreciation and take a deduction over time on a depreciating capital asset rather than doing it all upfront? No, you do not know. Really? Why does Destiny talk like the world's about to end and he has to get each sentence out as quickly as possible? Well, when I was younger, my stream used to die randomly, so I talk real quick, so you never know when each data is going to be the last one that goes out of your computer. Each byte could be the end. Usually vehicles are 7 years, but you want to smooth it out so you don't take a huge hit in 12 years. No, it's not smoothing. I can explain, but not on a phone text. How would it not be smoothing? Like, let's say I made $100,000 one year and then I bought like 10 vehicles. I could like try to take all of it up front, or I could depreciate it out over time, and I could, because if I do it over time, I'm like slicing off like that top marginal profit over time. No, are you talking about amortization? No. Depends on, but of course it's going to depend on income projections and everything too. Because if I have a really, really good year, then ideally I would want to take all the depreciation up front. But also, I don't know anything about this. I don't run a business that does shit like this, okay? We back. One watching. Okay, wait, is my Rumble shit working? Somebody said that it wasn't showing up on the page correctly. But it should be, right? I think it is. Fuck you guys. I don't know why are you running back and forth so much, Mel? Huh? Why are you running back and forth so much? Are you okay? Pack it. Where are you guys going? Base. I'm free. You got your green card and now you're flying away. Bye, Mel. Calling the what? Oh fuck! I want to go to the beach so bad, but I have to stream. Fuck! I wish I could. Oh, it'd be so much fun just swimming and tanning and being in the sand. Oh my god.
You need to go outside.
Oh, I wish I could, but I have to be here and do these horrible video games and YouTube videos, and fuck, I'm so sorry.
Look at my cap.
Yeah, your cap.
I found it.
Nice job.
You know you're jealous. DGL.
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 Bye.
Bye.
Have fun. Don't die.
They call it overboob now.
Overboob?
Yeah, someone said overboob.
Instead of cleavage, now it's
Yeah,
overboob?
they said overboob.
That's awesome.
That's funny, Brody. Guess what? Where did it go? I'm not calling it cleavage anymore. Yeah, boobs are ugly.
Okay, have fun. Bye. If you see Mr. Girl out there, call me, okay?
Huh?
If you see Mr. Girl out there, call me, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna call you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. Be careful.
Home now. It's Medicaid that's doing that. I'm not responsible for that cost. Social Security, through the roof. In fact, I think even Republicans, I think even a majority of Republicans want to expand.
But popular is not a way to qualify something. If I went out there and I gave,
satisfaction.
if I went to high school and I said, guys, I'm giving dime bags to everybody weed, I'd be a very popular kind of high school. So that is a wrong way to qualify.
You said efficiency.
Yeah.
Medicare, 3% administrative costs versus 15%.
That's like the kid that's running.
Remember, they don't know the administrative cost. That's a real sneaky way to qualify the efficiency of Medicare. It's old people, and they spend a lot of money on healthcare compared to young people. So it's a little sneaky there, but. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Jesus. Oh. I bought Twitter Blue finally, but it hasn't showed up yet. Where's my blue check mark? Elon is fucking scamming me. Fam. Is the concept of a generation and never trag a thing in American culture? Intergenerational contract? No, we don't believe in that here. We just wait for old people to die on the streets. Social Security needs to be cut or it will be blown up, or it will blow up in 10 years when it becomes insolvent. Leftists are willfully ignorant about this. Oh shit, bro. 2010, 2000, 1990, 1980, and 1970 all want your talking point back. People have been saying Social Security is going to blow up forever. I don't think Social Security can blow up. I think it's fine, my dude.
For class president, it was like every Friday we're throwing a pizza party.
Well,
he's going to get everybody's vote. But who's paying for the pizza party?
Well, workers. In fact, I would argue that we should be actually removing the cap on Social Security taxes, because right now, you know, it goes only up to $160,000, right? There's a cap. Traditionally, Social Security has captured or touched 91% of the country's income. You follow me? And now it's somewhere down in like the mid 80s because of wealth inequality.
But your argument on the flip side of it, the argument can be as well to say, well, at the beginning when they came out with Social Security, there's only a few thousand people in America that was actually using it. It was not meant to be for as big of a behemoth of what it is today.
No, it kept 2/3 of our elderly out of poverty. It keeps.
You'll defend what you just said against Rage Pup right now, right? Wait, defend what? What do you think about modern monetary theory? pedophiles. Everybody that even mentions that is a pedophile. Oh, about the Social Security thing? No, I'm good.
Two-thirds of our elderly.
Nobody's arguing the benefits of
That's not
Social
the
Security.
argument, though. That's not the argument. The argument is, originally when it came out, it wasn't for
Well,
the
they couldn't.
bigger
You
percentage.
had to wait. You had to wait until you build up the
No, you
funds.
didn't have to. You had to have capitalists work and overtax them to be able to fund it. That's what you had to do. But let me go back to
I
the
think
question.
what you are saying, just to validate your point, I think at that point, this is FDR back in the
Yeah,
day.
we can pull up the data. That's
I think
not
there was
a-
40 workers for every retiree. I think now it's closer to like 3 workers.
Yeah, it's not
Yes, but
sustainable.
So it's not even
productivity-
close.
No, it is sustainable.
You think it's
No,
sustainable?
I don't
not
think it's sustainable. I'm looking at the Social Security Trust
letter
Fund
when-
actuarial
with the
tables.
letter when they sent you this in the Social Security letter, they're telling you if we go this way, this is going to go bankrupt.
No,
in the letter,
no. You're misreading it. The trust fund is going to go bankrupt. In 1981, Greenspan and Reagan expanded the trust fund. We had a surge of baby boomers. There is a trust fund that exists that is essentially like a rainy day fund. That is going to be insolvent around 3033.
2033.
3033.
No, sorry. 20,
10 years. You are correct. I
Yes,
just had this conversation
yes,
this past week.
However,
that's not a concern.
However,
that's not a concern.
However,
that's not a concern.
it is a concern. It will cause 20% in cuts to our
Right.
benefits.
Okay.
But that's it. Period. Now, the way that we can get rid of that 20% in cuts in the Social Security Trust Fund is to do what I'm suggesting: remove the cap, so that
No
every
cap,
dollar
he's
you
saying.
make, even above $160,000,
Yeah,
is taxed by Social
So,
Security,
Sam-
and then your kids
Yeah.
will be long dead before that
Well,
trust fund is out.
hopefully, if I raise my kids right, my kids won't need to be supported
If
by
they
the
don't
government.
need to be,
Yeah.
if they don't
So-
need that social insurance,
Yeah.
look. I mean, how can you, as an insurance guy, how can you not understand this?
No,
I don't sit around saying like, I hope that I don't need my fire insurance. I hope I don't. If your kids don't need Social Security,
Yeah.
old age insurance, then you know what?
But I
we
also
will tax the money back.
I am better for society. I am better for society if I find ways to get people off of needing any of this stuff than to rely on it more and more and more, because I'm truly hurting those who are creating commerce. That's who I'm hurting. But let me go back to my
Hold on
question.
for one second,
Wait a minute.
we had an experiment.
Wait a minute.
Let me ask the question. You still haven't answered my
401ks.
question for me. No, wait.
401ks
you
with a
still
private solution.
You still haven't answered my question. Let me go back to the question to you. So
Okay.
my question at the beginning, you have not yet answered.
Okay.
Okay. When you said, I would go back to the old tax system and I would take you to the 50s and 60s where we had a 90%. Okay. And I asked you a question. I said, who do you think produces more value? I gave the example of the Humvee, the pieces in the Army, how much we were paying, $600, but the piece was only $40. And the government tends to overspend because they're reckless spending. They're not really held accountable. Does money going in free market create more value, or money going to the government create more value for people?
Explain to me what you mean by value.
Okay, so value to me is, if I can give money to free market and lower taxes where they can go create more
Sam or
jobs,
Deepak,
more
who you got?
opportunities,
I think
is that
Sam
better
is
for us long
really good at
term,
what
or
he
is it
does.
better for us to raise taxes, to take away incentives, and give that money, tax money, goes to politicians to make decisions what to do with the money? Are politicians better at making decisions on what to do with our money, or are we?
I mean, I guess on like in a broad way, I would say if
It
we're going to
depends
look
on the
at
service.
the biggest chunk of money in the government to make this assessment, right? $1.7 trillion Social Security, and we can compare it to the one sort of like comparable thing in the private sector, and that's a 401k. I would have to say, I mean, just based upon the way you set up this question, that obviously the government, because Social Security has been the single most effective program that we have in this country. It has kept 2/3 of our senior citizens out of poverty as a social insurance program. 401ks have been a disaster. They've
Really?
been a disaster. Just Google right there in front of you, the 401k experiment. People took the money out. I mean, and grant you, you can make an assessment that these individuals were stupid or immoral or whatever it is. I'm looking at the goal of keeping senior citizens out of poverty The government has been able to do that far more effectively. 2/3 of our seniors are in nursing homes because the government is paying for it. You can look around at anything that doesn't involve a profit motive. Like, for instance, the post office. If we didn't have a government-run post office, do you think you could live in, the most rural parts of the country and get postal service for 42 cents or 48 cents? You can send a letter? No way. What person looking to make a profit would do that? In fact, I've got a great example. This is, I was doing radio during Katrina, and there was a story that haunted me for years and years. When Bill Clinton, I'm not a huge fan of Bill Clinton's administration, frankly, but one of the things he did do well was to build up FEMA. I guess having come from Arkansas, he had a pretty good sense of what was important there. And Bush, when he came in very early on, privatized a ton of it. There was a story, it was a very small story, in New Orleans. The buses that were supposed to come to New Orleans to evacuate people before Katrina hit, there was a whole ton of buses that went through 3 different contractors, right? There was like a general contractor and then a subcontractor, and another subcontractor was going to bring the buses. They were from like 3 or 4 hours away. And maybe it was 6 hours. I can't remember the exact details. They were going to send the buses, but the guy whose job it was, who owns the bus company, and then the contractor above that, they waited longer, because if you send the buses and they're not used, they're going to eat that cost, right? It's going to cut into their profits. They didn't send the buses. They didn't get there in time. People couldn't get evacuated. Would it have changed the trajectory of the thing? I doubt it, but it would have saved some people. And the point is that there are some jobs that the government does better because the value there is not measured in terms of actual sheer dollars. It is measured in, essentially how much immiseration are you inhibiting people from suffering? And so, yes, I agree that when it comes to auditing in the military, the worst government agency we have, because it's very easy, very hard to sort of like scrutinize the military. People don't like that, and it's also a huge power base of a lot of money. They make a ton of money out of it.
One thing I don't like that I think leftists need to account for more is, if you're going to say this, like, oh, they don't like to scrutinize the military. We don't like to scrutinize teachers' unions or emergency services either. The military is not unique in terms of being like a public sector thing that feels it's above scrutiny. If you're going to sit here and argue that, like, oh, no, like, the government can do better with this, and this, okay, fine, that's fine. But if you're going to say the military sucks at it, you're going to have to explain, why is the military bad at it, but your social services wouldn't be? What's unique there about the military? And it has to be more than what he just said, because I feel like that could apply to every government-run thing.
This, I agree with that.
But same with
but if you look at Medicare,
insurance,
Social Security, well, listen, the numbers don't lie. 3% administrative costs for Medicare.
Can I just make
that 3% again?
Some of the points you're making, I do think that you're kind of conflating a couple different things. I think to Pat's question, whether the government is better at spending your money or whether the private markets or private companies are better, it's not even close. If private companies
ran up spending money, like to buy like soda, or to actually like just direct it in a way that keeps less people from suffering?
Okay, we have $31 trillion in debt right now. I think that's evidence enough, Sam, that we're not so good at spending money here in America.
Bro, you can't compare the debt. Oh, fuck. Debt is different. Individual debt, company debt, and government debt are all different types of things, right? Like, every company uses debt to get ahead. Like, fucking how long did it take for a lot of tech companies to even like be in the black when it came to profits in terms of like operating profitably? Like, it's just not a good, I don't think they're saying like, oh, we got a lot of government debt is like a good own on the government.
It sounds like you're really good at spending money.
Well, we're not good at
managing is a better word, yeah.
Okay, there's a difference between being frugal and being smart with your money and just being wasteful. The government is clearly fucking wasteful. Where you are correct is that most retirees and most Americans do appreciate Social Security, do appreciate the entitlement programs that come with this country, whether it's Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, no doubt. But that doesn't mean the government is good at spending money. We're seeing that Social Security is about to go bankrupt.
The trust fund is going to be
the trust fund by 2023. And yes, I just had this conversation literally 2 days ago in D.C. where he kept using the word bankrupt. I said, what does that mean?
Who kept using that word?
This was
Which Republican used
it? It wasn't even a Republican. He was sort of a Social Security financial advisor expertise type of guy. But I said, what do you keep saying bankrupt? Is that meaning that retirees will not be receiving benefits? He goes, no, they'll probably be slashed by 25%. You use 20. So we can, cut the baby in half here. But
Jesus, cut the baby in
How familiar are
half.
you with the three-legged stool of retirement?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so it used to be you had 3 avenues to retire. You had pensions, which do they even exist anymore for 90% of people?
More as a defined contribution
Correct.
than defined.
They're not very
benefit.
popular these days. I don't know how many
Correct.
people here have pensions. You have Social Security, which was never meant to be a retirement program. It was an insurance policy if you live too long, which basically Americans are now. Or you have your personal savings, which is the 401k. We can argue the merits of 401ks and Roth IRAs, what have you. But Social Security should not be keeping Americans afloat for 30 years of their life.
Well, that's,
And that's
a
the
failure
problem.
of the private industry, isn't it?
Why is it a failure of the private industry?
Well, I mean, Social Security is maintained. The idea that we're leaning on the government stool because the other two have failed. That's a function of private industry.
Isn't that a function of just the average person understanding how money works and saving money, investing and doing it properly,
I don't
versus
Oh,
know.
the
You've
government
got,
or
what,
institution?
60% of the country lives paycheck to paycheck. How are they supposed to save this money?
Uh-oh.
Well, how are they spending their money? I guess is the biggest question.
Yeah.
How many people have credit card debt? How many people? You just said when you took out a mortgage, you said, I'm an actor. What was the rate? You're like, I don't fucking even know. You should know.
Well, I was making so much money that
I don't give a shit how
for
much money you're
single guy.
making, Sam. You should know what your mortgage rate is.
But I mean, I didn't remember what it was in 1998, but I mean, I know what it is now. But I mean, but I was making so much money. But I was making, I was in the top. I don't know if I was in the top 1% at that time, but probably pretty close.
So let me ask you a question.
And
then.
I was a single guy who had just gone from making to $22,000 a year to all of a sudden making that.
How much were you
less
making
than a week
at that point?
I mean, I was making a lot of money.
Now, how comfortable at that point would you have been?
Damn,
paying
wait, what did
90%
Sam do?
taxes?
What acting jobs did he have?
Sure.
So you actually want to pay 90% in taxes?
No. Let's
Why
be,
would
let's
you
be
want
clear.
that?
I think it should be 90% over for the every dollar you make over $3 million.
Yeah.
That would not have impacted me at that time.
So,
but I would have been happy to pay more taxes.
But why would anyone want to
You know why I'm laughing? Because it's always
higher than what
let's
I'm making.
Tax the people a little richer
A little
than
bit,
me.
yeah.
It's always let's tax
Well, it was
the guys
a
that
lot
are
richer.
Well,
But I'm just
no,
going
not
back.
that, not
No,
that.
but I'm
If you're,
just.
if you're saying
I'm
20,
just going back
if you're
to
saying
what-
22
what-
a week, you were
I'm just
making
looking-
$1,098,000. That's a lot of money.
No,
if you're making $1
Well,
million.
it wasn't 20.
You
yeah, it
said
was
22 a week. That's $1 million a year.
No. That was the year before. I mean,
But you're making money. Let's just.
I was making a
yeah.
bunch of money.
So,
But I'm just going back to when we had the Great Compression, which was when we had the least wealth inequality in
Yeah.
this country. We had the GDP was consistent with where on our trajectory, but it was spread out. It wasn't like this. Essentially, it was more spread out. It's called the Great Compression, and I'm just using that figure. I mean, look, if it's going to be 85% over 3 million or 85% over 4 million, I'm just basing it on what was the most successful economic era of this country.
Why not do 90% over $250,000?
I mean, if the numbers bear it out, I'm agnostic as to that. Again, I'm just pegging it on when we had the most success in this country in terms of our economy.
I appreciate that you're pointing out the success, but right now the top marginal tax rate federally is 37, 39. Okay, you do realize how shocking it is to say, all right, rather than go from 37 to 39, how about 40?
How many
How
people,
about 50?
How many
You
people,
want to go to 90?
How
say.
many people do you
90.
assume? How many people do you assume would be touched by that tax? Would be implicated?
Top
by
1%.
it?
Look at this number right here. Share of total income
less.
taxes paid.
Less.
The top 1% in this country pay 42.3%. The bottom 50% only pay 2.3%.
Okay, if you want to show a graph like this, okay? Share of total income taxes paid, you need to pair that with share of the total income. to be fair, okay? Because this graph could look two different ways. What if it was that the top 1% paid 42% of the taxes and the bottom 50% paid 2.3% of the taxes? What if the top 1% was earning 70% of the income? Well, now actually, this 42.3% actually looks kind of low. You have to pair this with income. You can't just show percentage of all taxes paid. You have to show percentage of all income earned as well, to be fair on this.
So 150 million people are paying nothing in taxes.
Right.
And you want to keep the 1% paying more and more and
I think
more
it's
and more?
actually even less than 1%, to be honest with you. I think we're talking about 0.05%.
Sure, but let's tax them even more.
I specifically want to make it illegal to be almost as wealthy as you. Not quite.
Why?
But a little bit more. Like,
Why?
I want to make it not illegal. You're not going to go to jail.
So nobody can be no billionaires. No billionaires in America.
Absolutely.
Sam,
100%.
Why? Don't you want America
I'll
to
give
be
you
known
an-
for greatness, for innovation, for capitalism, for,
I
for all the
my
amazing things that we've done in this country?
My definition of
you want to
greatness-
go to like Nordic socialism.
My definition of greatness is different from yours.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.
Thanks, Paul. Do you think Paul hates himself because he shares the same name as that horrible fucking kid from that horrible fucking movie Dune?
Whole class hated me. I was walking through the door, they was all taking turns, socking me in the back, everything.
Why do I care about this? Destiny, XQC VOD, you and Hassan.
I just made my own choices and built my own business model, I guess, if I were to use a term like that. I paved it on my own. I thought, like, this is a concept that
I
use
love
in
this
gaming.
video.
It's a concept that I think you can marry with gaming, political commentary. I paved it on my own. Paved it on my own.
I paved it on my own.
Shout out to Destiny, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to say, yeah.
Oh, you know them, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
When I watched that video, I was like, oh, that's cool. So we have like.
Why is
two
X
games
even
that
watching
we
this on
got.
stream?
That's the reason I know about Triax as well. If Destiny was my roommate, I get him late all the time. I was like, all right, whatever. Well, I don't have anything. Like, I don't have anything. I have no option. I'm in the next 11 days. So much so that, like, Steven was...
Trap. I met
Oh,
Destiny. I'm not when we were playing Black.
It's Patrick, not Paul. Fuck! I'm sorry. Fuck! Patrick, not Paul.
Blackouts with Destiny off stream. And that sounds like a call. And he kept saying, that's Hassan. I thought it was Hassan.
Wait.
Blackouts.
In the next 11 days. So much so that, like, Steven was...
Trap. I met Destiny. I'm not kidding. When we were I was playing Blackouts with Destiny off stream. And that sounds in the call. And he kept saying, that's Hassan. I thought it was Hassan from Twitch at the time. So I thought he was my boss, right? I was being nice and really chill with him. And then he was like, no, it's Hassan with one S or whatever. Just a guy, he has like 4 viewers. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo.
DMing me I could be wrong, on Discord and saying, hey, you know what? Women like you don't have a place to live, buddy. Like, you can come stay with me. It's okay. What a good guy. Destiny is a great guy.
Oh, yeah, wait, what was the point of that?
Here, for all of you guys, is here, Fish and Destiny playing.
Okay, wait, hey, listen, I love you.
What?
I told a friend that I would play a game with him, and then I'm getting ready for that Scott podcast shit. Listen, don't worry, you're gonna get all my viewers want to watch it. Are gonna go to your stream.
Oh, okay. I mean, no, it's fine. I wanted to watch it with you, but it's cool, dude. Friendship is just dead, I guess. Oh, Speedo McGee's your fan that gave me 200 subs.
Okay, I don't need that. Chill. All right, what is this? What is this frog? Ooh! Oh my god.
Good one, pedophiles.
Ooh! Ooh!
Who's pinging? The fuck do you want me to do? What are you pinging for?
Destiny's good because it made him emotional. No, anytime I cover like more than 2 I think over the past 2 weeks we mentioned Hassan like twice because it came up in this drama shit. And every time any clip of me with Hassan goes onto the fucking LSF, right now we're in the ocean of Hassan. Hassan's like up good on LSF, and all of his little fucking dick riders and everything. Destiny talking about Hassan constantly, bro. I wish I talked about Hassan constantly. Okay, all I've been doing for the past 8 months is fucking red pill dog shit content. I'm talking about body counts and that men are different than women. That's what I talk about constantly, okay? Fuck me, all right? I'd rather obsess over Hassan than the dog shit, boring fucking red pill matrix AIDS-inducing content that I've been doing, okay? Jesus. What's up, Linus?
Is me racing out of bed for a front row seat to my life's work vanishing before my eyes. Linus Tech Tips, deleted. Tech Linked, toasted. Tech Quickie, gone. The good news is that if you're watching this, we're back online. The bad news is that this kind
Muda in chat. Oh, what's up? You're from the Some Ordinary Gamers podcast, right?
attack has become so commonplace on YouTube that when we sat down to prepare this video, it took us less than 10 seconds to find a huge channel that was dealing with exactly the same thing in that moment. Let's talk then about the motive for these attacks.
Oh, wait,
process
did I say
changes-
some ordinary gamer or gamer from Mars? I don't even know what I'm saying. Why don't you guys why don't you just put your fucking name as your fucking thing? I don't even know what I just said. I'm trying to listen to this. Why is your name Some Ordinary Gamers? Why not just name yourself Muda or Muta? Fuck you guys.
Is that we and YouTube need to make, and how we can all work together as a community to educate and protect each other from bad actors. Oh, and to tell you about our sponsor, D-Brand. Oh God, not D-Brand. Today, really? Oh, actually no, they've got something good. Stay tuned.
What? Why would they say today? Why don't they want to promote D-Brand today?
The fireworks started a little after 3 in the morning when the Linus Tech Tips account was renamed to Tesla and started streaming a podcast-style recording of the self-proclaimed techno king Elon Musk discussing cryptocurrency. This in and of itself is not a scam.
D-Brand
but
always
the
trolls them.
stream
They
is
have shitposts for
linked
ads.
to a
Ah, gotcha.
scam website that claimed that for every 1 Bitcoin you sent, they would return double, complete with fake transaction records showing other users definitely getting huge payouts. Over the next couple of hours then, we sparred back and forth. First, I privated the streams, revoked the
Is this
channel stream
oil
key, and
here?
attempted to reset the account credentials, only to realize,
Oh, I bet it's thermal
as I
for
was investigating
thermal
the
energy.
source of the breach, that I had been completely outmaneuvered. They were back in, and the streams were live again. Okay, so I logged back in, nuked the stream again, and I go to, and they're up again. And now videos are being mass deleted from the channel. Over the next couple of hours, playing login whack-a-mole, the Linus Tech Tips, TechLinked, and TechQuickie accounts were each used to host these Elon Musk crypto streams until they were ultimately nuked by YouTube altogether for violating YouTube's terms of service. And I can almost feel your thoughts through the screen right now.
Linus, truly, after all these lectures about two-factor authentication, don't you even protect your own accounts?
Of course I do, but while strong passwords and multi-factor authentication are very powerful security measures that you should use, they're not impenetrable. First up, let's talk 2FA. Not all factors or additional authentication elements are equally secure. The most common second factor, SMS, can be compromised by simple social engineering targeted at your phone carrier.
Joe.
Check out this video that we posted the last time our account was hijacked for more information about that. Another common factor, notification-based multi-factor, is susceptible to fatigue attacks, where a perpetrator will constantly try to log in, hoping that you'll assume, oh, it's probably someone from work, or even just click on the notification by accident. It's very problematic, and I'm looking at you, Google, since you can't disable this factor on Google accounts. Even time-based two-factor, like Google Authenticator or Authy, can be compromised, say if you were to accidentally set it up or access it from an infected device. In spite of all of these issues with two-factor, though, it held the line last night. Our attacker not only never gained access to our additional authentication factors, they never even had our passwords. But how can that be? Well, as it turns out, they didn't need any of that, which is a big part of why it took me so long to clue in and stop the spread. I was so focused on the potential damage that could be done by someone who had commandeered my SMS messages or gained access to my Google Authenticator somehow, that I expended valuable time battening down the wrong hatches. If I had watched Theo Joe's recent video on the subject, or at least skimmed the comments, I could have probably stopped the bleeding in a matter of minutes. Shout out Theo Joe. But I didn't, so I got to be educated the hard way about a breed of attacks that bypass trivial things like passwords and 2FA entirely.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yo.
Okay, I don't think you're going to be able to help me, because if you're just going to run through the shit in the PDF, I already did all that. Unless you've got access to stuff in the back. Well, how is that going to help you?
So I have access to stuff in the back.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you... I got a lot of stuff on this screen, Train. Tell me what you need.
Just copy and paste your give me your stream key and your just give me your stream key, sorry.
Okay, well, it tells me that I'm not supposed to give my stream key to anybody, so.
Shut up.
What if you stream porn to my account? Just kidding.
Well,
that's
from
the
what we've
lie.
seen so far,
True!
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, stop,
You might get
okay.
partnered. Fuck it.
Okay.
You can always reset it.
Yeah, this is the server and this is the key.
Okay, cool. Give me a second. Just give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah, go for it. Back to watching Linus.
Entirely by targeting what's known as a session token. Now, many of you will know this already, and if you do, give yourself a cookie. But after you log into a website and your credentials have been validated, that site will provide your web browser with a session token.
How are they getting the token?
This allows your browser, and by extension you, to stay logged in when you restart your browser and go to access that site again. This isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing because realistically, nobody wants to type
log
in
in
a
over and over and over
password
again.
every time they want to post Instagram.
Right when you go live, it just disconnects you?
Yeah, it like I don't even know if it's connecting actually. It looks like it's connecting, but then it disconnects you. But maybe that's just an OBS thing.
But hold on a second. That cookie is stored locally on your device.
Yeah, right?
How would someone else get it? Well, that's where we made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
Someone on our team, and I'm not saying it was Colton, downloaded what appeared to be a sponsorship offer from a potential partner.
Oh, boring, boring. One thing that I've heard is if you're dealing with somebody that's very skilled, physical access to a device means it might always be compromised depending on your level of encryption and all that, but you almost always assume that you're fucked. And then second thing is, if you're gonna download and run a program, your shit is fucked. Wipe your shit, format the fuck out of it, fucking smash the drive with a fucking sledgehammer, destroy your motherboard. I don't even know if shit can fucking bury itself into the UEFI these days. I'm not sure if it hides in your firmware chips. Fuck, but this, I thought there was gonna be some crazy session token hijacking, some insane shit going on here. But it's just going to be somebody downloaded and ran a stupid program. But I don't know. We'll see what happens.
It was an innocent enough mistake for the most part. The email came from a legitimate looking source, and it didn't raise any immediate red flags, like being full of grammatical errors. So they extracted the contents, launched what appeared to be a PDF containing the terms of the deal, then, presumably when it didn't work, went about the rest of their day. What happened in the background took place over the course of just 30 seconds. The malware accessed all user data from both of their installed browsers, Chrome and Edge, including everything.
Can you launch malicious programs from a PDF? Is that possible? Do those exploits exist, or is that a functionality of PDFs? Can PDFs launch programs? I have no idea. I'm not sure. I was unaware of that, if that's true. PDF payloads? PDF supports JavaScript? It wasn't a PDF. It probably wasn't a PDF. Yeah, I wonder if it was like pdf.exe or something. People keep saying that PDFs can execute like executable code. I don't know if that's true. Everybody in chat is saying, I don't know if that's actually true. If a PDF can launch an executable. PDF itself is an executable format, is it? I'm trying to think for the Windows UAE, I think I've turned mine off. I probably shouldn't. But like when you go to open a PDF, it doesn't normally block up and ask you if you want to open it, right? But for a program, it should, no? Destiny, there are occasionally exploits for PDF whether they can contain the exe. Well, that's what I was asking. Are there like 0 days out there with PDF that allows them to run like malicious code on a computer? Can PDFs contain viruses? Yes, they can, because PDFs are one of the most universally used file type. Hackers and bad actors can find ways to use these normally harmless files.
You can delete that information you sent me.
Yeah.
Just delete it from the Discord just in case.
Okay.
And then for your OBS for now, just since we're in beta, we got to put certain like things in. So, are you trying to stream 4K?
Oh shit, could that be it?
Yeah, turn 4K off, and then for now, until the full site is done, cap your bitrate at 6K for now.
I capped the bitrate before, but you're saying that it might have been rejecting the resolution.
Yeah, just do 6,000 and do 1080p.
Modify, let's see, 6.
Just for now while the beta's out. There's just some safeguards we got to go through.
20.
Then you should be good.
Oh my god, that was it. It was probably just the resolution. It probably kicks out anything over than 1080. Well, okay.
Are you live?
It looks like it is.
Take a look.
I love you. Be careful, babe.
All right. How long are you gonna be live for?
I was planning to be live until 10, but I might go a little bit later now since I...
10 p.m.?
Yeah, EST though, so just when you wake up, you fucking loser. But maybe I'll stay awake later. We'll see.
No, I just woke up.
Of course you did. Oh, wait, actually, it's not even that bad for you. It's like noon where you're at.
Yeah. I've been waking up like at 6, 7 a.m. these days. I mean, I went to sleep like at 5 a.m. yesterday, so obviously I woke up at noon today, but... All right, well, I might go live and can hang out. That was fun as hell.
Okay, have fun. Be careful, babe.
All right, later, bro. Love you too. Peace.
Okay, for real now, I'm going over to Kick. Kick.com/Destiny. I'm sorry. I love you guys. Be careful. Malware Fox states that PDF files can clearly be able to execute code on your device. It's apparently the part of the code that makes the document signable that is a problem. As a cybersecurity pro, MFA is a blessing. And it occurs, makes people feel safe when most of the time... What's up?
I'm going to put you on the front page. Do you mind?
Go for it, I guess. Okay, have fun. Bye.
All right, bye. Love you, bro. Peace.
Yeah, okay, fuck. What somebody just linked, this seems more like what's going on. But what the fuck do I know? You know? YouTubers are emailed a file labeled to resemble something legitimate, like a business proposal, invoice, or some other document, but instead of it being a .pdf or other legitimate file type for what it is trying to pretend to be, it is a .scr file. Now, screensaver files do contain executable code that somebody can use to access everything in your machine. I think it's basically like if you run an exe on your machine and you give it authorization to run, everything is fucked. They basically own your ass at that point. As I say, are normal screensaver files, but they're just executable files with a different extension. So the goal is to get somebody to open the SCR file, which infects the computer with malware, then steals a bunch of information, including a website. Yeah, at that point, you're fucked. I think that feels like what's probably happening. That'd be my guess, but what do I know? But I think that is what's happening, given that he's not specifying that it was actually a real PDF that ran malicious code somehow or whatever. But... PDF can contain malicious payload. JavaScript is a programming language that supports functionality on the web. Most websites and web browsers have some kind of JavaScript element that's used to execute code. No, hold on. Wait, okay, I'm not a programmer, but this is... Hold on. JavaScript elements could execute code. I don't think a local JavaScript thing can just download and run a full program on your computer. No? Like, yeah, I think it should be sandboxed to the individual application. I don't think you could just use... But I don't know. Never mind. Everybody in chat always has these links to these things like, oh, well, theoretically this, blah, 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 blah. But every single time any of these attacks happen, it's always like a src file. It's always like something. Destiny, you can embed a .exe in the PDF and then execute it with JavaScript. PDF embedding attack. Has this ever been used? I feel like I never, ever, ever heard. Like, I feel like I always get linked these exotic things. It's like how you can use magnets to read zeros and ones off of drives that have been wiped 32 times and theoretically the FBI. And it's like it's one of these, like, in theory it could work, but I feel like I feel like it's always just like social engineering or spear phishing or these like PDFs that are actually like SRC or EXEs or whatever. But I don't know. Embedding files, it's very easy to embed the kind of file in a PDF. Every document includes the embedded files name tree along with support from most PDF libraries, provide something for this. For example, PDF, opening files PDFs. Actually, open it. But a script in the PDF. In our case, we want to add a document level script. The script will execute as soon as PDF is open. Fortunately, PDF supports, so we simply add a JavaScript object with our JavaScript payload is pretty simple. We must add a single call to export that object, a function provided in the PDF reader. The function is an object with 2 parameters. run as soon as PDF is open, right? Well, not quite. Unfortunately, there's a bit more to it. Adobe Reader and most other readers will prevent the launch of common executable files, for example, exe, JS, VBA, while evading the blacklist. There are many ways to evade the blacklist, such as Microsoft Word documents with malicious macros embedded in them. But recently, researchers discovered that another kind of file could be used. Settings-ms explaining the spectrum. XML documents pointing to specific places in the Windows 10 settings GUI. However, they contain a field called deep link, which can contain any arbitrary executable, which will be run when this is. Okay, so it sounds like in order for this to happen, there does need to be some kind of exploit available, right? It's not like natively built that PDFs should be able to arbitrarily execute executables, right? That it's relying on some sort of exploit at some point, that something that's not patched correctly, something that's probably not working as intended, I'm guessing, right? Kick is lagging too much? Wait, is Kick actually lagging, or? Kick is coxing. 5. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I'm shutting everything else down. We're going over to Kick. Be careful.
You're good. You're good. There's no lag at all.
Oh, it's just fucking.
There's absolutely zero lag.
Oh, okay. Fuck these guys then. Peace out.
And if you want to update to 7 or 8K, if 6K is not enough, then that's I put it in so you can do that. But
okay, I'm good. This will be fine.
And then for now, like obviously mod tools and stuff are coming, but to make it easier, you can like just put like /mod if you wanted to do that. And then have you set up your sub button, or you're not going to do that?
I don't even know how to set it up, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, you just go to revenue. It takes like 5 minutes. You just attach your bank account to Stripe.
Okay.
And it goes live in like 2 minutes.
Sounds good. Bye.
I was going to gift you some subs so you can see that sexy ass rev sleeve, even though you have your own on your website. But
gotcha. I'll probably set up tonight. Fuck it.
All right, peace.
Bye. Jesus. Okay, goodbye Rumble, I love you. And goodbye YouTube, I love you. Come out where it's kicking over on Kick.